Ever wondered who truly controls the US economy? Could it be an entity so powerful, yet so secretive, that its very existence is shrouded in mystery? Enter the Federal Reserve, the central banking system of the United States. This institution, often just referred to as the Fed, has a profound impact on our lives, yet its origins and operations remain a puzzle to many. In the quest to demystify this entity, we turn to a provocative book by Edward Griffin, titled The Creature from Jekyll Island, a second look at the Federal Reserve. Published in 1994, this book offers an intriguing perspective on the Federal Reserve, painting it as a secretive and powerful body that operates not for the public good, but for the interests of a select elite. Griffin suggests that the true birth of the Federal Reserve was not in the halls of Congress in 1913, but on the remote Jekyll Island 3 years earlier. According to him, it was here that powerful banking and political figures gathered in utmost secrecy to orchestrate the creation of the Federal Reserve. This clandestine meeting is the centerpiece of Griffin's narrative, a plot twist worthy of a suspense novel. It's a tale of power, manipulation, and control, a narrative that portrays the Federal Reserve as an entity that has, since its inception, wielded disproportionate influence over the US economy. Through the lens of historical events and economic theories, Griffin draws attention to alleged instances of financial manipulation and inflation, and the accumulation of government debt. He contends that the Federal Reserve's control over monetary policy enables it to perpetuate cycles of economic boom and bust. In his view, this cycle enriches the financial elite while leaving the masses in a state of perpetual economic uncertainty. So the question arises, does this secretive entity have the power to govern our economy? This is the question that Griffin's book provokes, a question that we'll continue to explore as we delve deeper into the mysterious origins of the Federal Reserve. Before we continue, if you like this video, please remember to share it with your friends, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and then watch some more of our videos. Imagine an entity with the power to control the ebb and flow of our economy. Could it be the Federal Reserve? According to Edward Griffin, the author of The Creature from Jekyll Island, the answer is a resounding yes. He puts forth a fascinating argument. The Federal Reserve, he says, is not just an institution, but a puppeteer, pulling the strings of our economic fortunes. Griffin alleges that the Federal Reserve manipulates financial markets, causing cycles of boom and bust. He paints a picture of a grand chessboard where the Fed moves the pieces, deciding when the economy will soar and when it will plummet. It's a startling image, isn't it? An entity with the power to create money out of thin air, dictating the pace of our financial heartbeat. The author draws our attention to instances of financial manipulation, inflation, and government debt. He suggests that these are not random occurrences, but orchestrated events. In his view, the Federal Reserve's control over monetary policy is a tool used to perpetuate these cycles, ultimately enriching the financial elite while leaving the masses in a state of economic precarity. Griffin's book is filled with tales of money and power, where the Federal Reserve emerges as a villain, hiding behind the curtain of economic stability. He argues that this institution, born in secrecy on Jekyll Island, has grown into a behemoth that wields disproportionate influence over our lives. But Griffin's narrative is not just about economic cycles. It's a critique of an institution that he believes operates in the shadows, serving the interests of a select few. It's an exposé of a system he perceives to be rigged, a game where the rules are set by those who stand to gain the most. Yet despite these claims, one must remember that Griffin's perspective is one of many. His allegations, while thought-provoking, are contentious. The Federal Reserve, after all, is a complex institution with a critical role in our economy. If Griffin's claims hold true, are we then living in an economy dictated by the whims of the Federal Reserve? Every bold claim comes with its share of skeptics. So, what do critics say about Griffin's portrayal of the Federal Reserve? Enter the critics, who have taken issue with Griffin's damning portrayal of the Federal Reserve. They argue that Griffin's book oversimplifies complex economic processes and phenomena. Economics isn't a field of absolutes. It's a world of nuances, variables, and influences. It's a world where a single policy shift can ripple through the economy, creating waves of change in its wake. Critics suggest that Griffin's narrative fails to capture this complexity, painting the Federal Reserve as a puppet master, pulling at the strings of the economy with singular intent and predictable outcomes. Additionally, critics argue that Griffin promotes conspiracy theories. The notion of secret meetings, shadowy figures, and grand schemes is certainly captivating. But is it accurate? Critics argue that it's not, and that these dramatic elements serve to misconstrue the nature of the Federal Reserve and its operations. They argue that Griffin's narrative fuels mistrust in an institution that plays a critical role in monetary policy. Furthermore, critics point out that Griffin's book overlooks the Federal Reserve's role in stabilizing the economy and preventing financial crises. They argue that while the Federal Reserve isn't perfect, it has played a crucial role in managing inflation, smoothing out economic cycles, and steering the economy through turbulent times. But perhaps the most significant criticism leveled against Griffin's book is that it undermines public trust in a crucial institution. By portraying the Federal Reserve as a secretive entity serving the interests of a select few, Griffin's narrative could potentially erode public faith in an institution that plays a pivotal role in our economy. In the face of such controversy, one must question how much of Griffin's narrative is fact and how much is fiction. It's a question that invites us to delve deeper, to question, to think critically, and ultimately to make up our own minds about the Federal Reserve and its role in our economy. So, does the creature from Jekyll Island shine a light on the dark corners of our economy, or does it simply fan the flames of conspiracy theories? This book, written by G. Edward Griffin, certainly stirs the pot. Its main argument is that the Federal Reserve, a cornerstone of our economy, operates more like a shadowy cabal than a transparent, public-serving entity. This perspective has sparked intense debate, with critics arguing that the book oversimplifies complex economic processes and promotes conspiracy theories. Yet, it has also attracted followers who appreciate its critical viewpoint. Regardless of where you stand, it's essential to approach this book with a healthy dose of skepticism. It presents one perspective of a much larger story. Seek out alternative viewpoints, research, and engage in discussions to gain a more comprehensive understanding of the Federal Reserve's role and influence in our economy. Whether fact or fiction, the creature from Jekyll Island certainly makes us question the forces that truly govern our economy. If you like this video, please share it with your friends, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and watch more of our great videos. Thanks for watching.